friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you all. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and I am so happy you stopped by today. Today I am co-hosting in the Hello Spring collaboration. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm using this sign that I got from the Dollar Tree this fall. And then I made some decals with my Cricut. So I'm going to start off by taking the hanger off. Now this hanger was on there with staples. And I'll tell you, it was kind of hard, a little tricky to get them out. One of them just did not want to come out. So I just kind of dug at it, finally got it out, and then I did sand those areas down a little bit with some sandpaper. Then after that, I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and I gave it a really good coating. Now, as you can see, I'm using the back side of the picture. I just thought it was easier than having to try and tear all that paper off the front. So once that was dry, I took my decals that I printed and I am going to put this Bring On at the very top. Now, I don't know what I was doing when I printed this out, but I barely printed out the right size there. If you can see, it was a tight fit. So then I just went through and I am putting on the rest of my decals, and it just says Bring On and then Spring, but for the eye I am using a tulip, which is one of my favorite flowers. And here, because it was I wanted it to be different colors because I wanted it to kind of reflect a tulip, I printed it on 2 different kinds or colors of vinyl. So I'm just right here putting it together on my transfer tape and then attaching it to my picture. And then I finish with the N and the G. Then once that was done, I went through my stickers and I found these stickers that I got last year. And I am just going to put them over those spots where the staples were in the board for the hangers. I'm just covering those spots with those butterflies, and I thought, okay, well, they're both on the right side, so we need something over on the other side to just kind of help balance it out. So I'm just sticking another one right there. Then after that, I took some of this ribbon. Now I believe all of this ribbon is from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to make a messy bow. So I am just laying them all out, alternating the colors, so that not all the same colors are together. And then once I was done with that, I took some jute string and I am just going to tie that all around those ribbons. And then I just tie a knot and scrunch it in like that. And then after that, I am just going to hot glue it to the top of my sign there. And then I took some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree and I am going to use this as the hanger. So I'm just hot gluing it to the back of the board there. And then after that, I took another one of these butterfly stickers and I'm putting it right in the middle of that ribbon. Then I took some more of that matching ribbon that I used for the hanger and I'm hot gluing it just around the bottom just to give it a little bit more detail. And then that is all there was for this picture. I did not cover the back. I'm going to do that when I get home. I was just kind of short on time and figured I could do that once I get home. So here is the picture. You'll have to let me know what you think. I think it came out pretty darn cute. Okay, so this collaboration is the Hello Spring collaboration, and I am so honored to be co-hosting with Tammy with the Rusted Willow and Ellie from DIY From House to Home. Both these ladies are extremely talented and very sweet. If you haven't seen them before, check out their channels, show them some love, subscribe, let them know I sent you, and then make sure you watch the playlist to get all kinds of spring-inspired DIYs. So here is DIY number 2. So I had this hat from last summer I got from the Dollar Tree, and I made some decals with my Cricut, and then I got these tulips. I believe I got them at Walmart last year. And so I am just going and putting this decal around the brim of the hat. Now, I thought it was going to be a little easier to kind of cut it in half, so I'm just doing the first part of the word, which is going to be welcome, and then I'm going to add the next part of the word right there next to it. Had to kind of play around with it. I wanted to make sure it was centered, and believe it or not, I did kind of have to rub it a few times to make sure it would stay on that hat. Then I took the next decal, which says spring, and I am doing the same thing, just getting that on the bottom side of this hat. Now, I don't show this, but I do end up having to kind of move it over a little bit, because the next step here, I am adding the tulips to the side, and it got so bushy that it was covering the word spring, so I did have to move those letters over. Fortunately, they came off pretty easy, and I was able to move them over to the side a little bit. So I'm just, clipping the flowers apart and just poking them through the holes of that hat, and then I'm just turning the stems inward. Now, this hat, it does get a little heavy with that, although I did hang it up, and it does hang. I just kind of have to move it around a little to make sure it hangs to where it's not crooked. But I think if I were to do this over, I might have just put a few things of tulips, maybe even cut them down a little bit more, and then put some on the other side, put some on each side. Or, I don't know, maybe brought spring down the other way and put them on the bottom. I don't know, but it still turns out. So, and then I took that, I had taken that little scarf off the round that was around the hat, and it just wasn't fitting right. It just didn't look right. So I had taken it off. So I'm just tying it around where I put the flowers in, and then I'm just going to let them hang that way. And then after I was done with that, I took some of this ribbon. It's got the pink and the purples in it, and I just thought it would really blend well with this hat. So I'm just going around and hot gluing it around that hat. And then after that, I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue here and there just to make sure that it stays connected to the hat. And then that was all there was for this one. Super easy. I think it's pretty cute. You'll have to let me know what you think about it in the comment box below. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my social media accounts in my link tree in my description box below. So here is DIY number 3. So I love this one, you guys. I think this is so pretty. So I took one of these signs that I got at the Dollar Tree this fall. I made this decal from my Cricut, and then I am using these colors for my sign. Now, I'm sorry, I am not at home now. Many of you know that I am at my son's. He was diagnosed with cancer about 3 weeks ago with leukemia, and so I flew over here to help him out, help the family out. So unfortunately, I don't remember what color purple that is. And so I would say if you want to recreate this, just make sure you find a purple that you like. So I started off by tearing off the paper of that sign, and then once I got most of that off, I just sprayed it with some water and then used my Cricut spatula to scrape off all the excess, and it comes off pretty easy, especially when it gets all wet. And then after that, I just kind of brush it off and get all the little pieces off of there. And then I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and I give it a good brushing of that white, and I also painted the outside of that frame. Once it was all dry, I'm taking this purple and I am painting all around that frame. Then after that, I had also painted some of the beads that are on the hanger, and I was doing it very carefully, just like I'm going to show you. And I'm going to paint the other ones white. And I basically just took a very small paintbrush and was just holding them apart and just kind of going over real gently, softly, and carefully, and gave them some paint. And I did pretty good. I think there's just on the edges, there's a few little spots, but you can't really see it. And I love the way this sign comes out. So after that, I took this decal. Now, I did get this decal off of Cricut Design Space, and I just thought it was really cute. So I'm just going to place it on the back of that frame, and it says, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope." And then I'm just going to place this back into the frame, and look how cute that is. Then I took some of these flowers, and I believe I got these at Hobby Lobby last year, and they have some little wires on the back of them. So I was just cutting them off, and then I'm hot gluing them onto the picture frame, and I'm just doing 2 on each side. And then once I am done with that, I'm going to take some ribbon here. This ribbon I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make a little bow. I just make the awareness ribbon sign, and then I have a twist tie. I scrunch up the ribbon in the middle, put the twist tie around it, and then I'm just going to trim off the rest of that twist tie and dovetail the ends, and then hot glue that right in the middle at the top, and that was all there is for this one. And I love this one. I think it is so pretty. Then again, my favorite color is purple, so of course I'm gonna like it. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. And so for our final DIY number 4, okay, so this one I was going to use this terracotta pot, but I end up using a pail instead. And then I have some Boxwood from Walmart, this decal from Dollar Tree, and then my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. So I just use, instead of that, like I said, that terracotta pot, I use this white pail. And I'm just going to take this decal, one of these decals, and I'm putting it onto the pail. Now, this did not turn out the way I imagined it. I think this would have looked better if my pail was a little bit bigger. Because that flower is so big, it just wasn't what I had pictured or imagined. But I went with it anyways. I still think it came out cute. It's just not what I had in my mind. But anyways, once I get this all on there, I'm going to take one of the other ones and put it on the other side as well. Then once I got them all on there, I'm just taking some Mod Podge, and I am going all around and just covering that sticker with the Mod Podge. I guess it's a wall decal, not really a sticker, but it's pretty much the same thing. So after that, and then you can see I have some of the flower going over the top. I think I did end up just trimming that off because it wasn't wanting to stick. So I think I did use my scissors and trim it off. Yes, and there it is. So then I just took the Boxwood, and I am just cutting them off the stems and putting them in the floral foam that I had put inside that pail. Now, after I get these all in, I just felt like they were higher, the bushes were higher than what I wanted them. So I'm going to just kind of take some of them off and take them off from the top and put them in the bucket or pail. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. I am really happy to have you here. If you like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, then I would just encourage you to hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And then let me know you're here, comment, give me that thumbs up, all that fun stuff. I'd love to get to know you. And if you are returning, don't forget to give me that thumbs up and comment. That really helps my channel grow, because then YouTube knows you like my content and they will promote it even more. So then I took some of these pink flowers, and again, I'm pretty sure these came from Hobby Lobby last year, and I am just putting them all over inside the green boxwood. And I really love the way this part turned out. I love the greenery with those roses in it, and I just think it's so pretty. So then I just took some of this pink gingham ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just making a bow with it. Going to dovetail those ends, and then I'm going to take some floral wire that I had sitting next to me, and I'm just going to put it through the back of that bow where the ends meet, and then I'm just going to kind of twist it, and I'm going to use that to just poke down into the front part of the pail, just kind of into that floral foam. And it's just kind of a different way to do a bow instead of doing the bow around the pail. And then that's all there was for this one. I think it came out pretty cute, even though those decals are a little big. I still love the way the plants look. And yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think about this one. And if you've ever used this decal on anything, because I think these decals are beautiful. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you check out Ellie and Tammy's videos and give them a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and then make sure you check out that playlist. I will have links to all of them in my description box below. And thank you guys again for being here. Thank you for all your prayers for my son. I really do appreciate it. And with all that being said, I will be back. I think I have another video coming on Friday, so make sure you have those notification bells set. And with all that being said, you guys have a great week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.